I'm back, my fellow YouTubers, with a game that I'm quite surprised to find no reviews for, Dragon Ball Z Budokai for the Nintendo GameCube. Based off of the long-running anime and the first in a handful of Dragon Ball Z games to be released outside of Japan, this game's story mode allows players to button mash their way through the Saiyan, Namek, and Android sagas as the accompanying plotlines are faithfully recreated via impressive-looking cutscenes. Along the way, you'll get to take part in mini-games and even get a chance to be the villain as you realise your dream of world domination. There's also a duel mode where you and a friend can beat the crap out of each other, and a tournament mode which wins you money if you can make it all the way through to the end in one piece. The controls in this game are rather easy to get a hold of. You can control your character via either the analog stick or the control pad, while the A button lets you kick, the Y button lets you dish out some knuckle sandwiches, the X button fires off energy blasts, and the B button not only blocks incoming attacks, but can also allow you to power up by holding the button down as you press backwards twice. The L button enables you to throw your enemy, while the R button activates your character's transformation when pressed simultaneously with the B button. The character roster in this game is a sizable one, with up to 23 characters at your disposal, of which only 5 are initially available. All of them hail from the sagas featured in the game, with the rather obscure exception of Gohan's superheroic alter ego, the Great Saiyaman. All things considered though, the choice of characters on show here is rather impressive. Remember how I said you could win money in the tournaments before? Well, Mr. Popo's shop is an essential piece to this puzzle, as you can use that money to purchase various capsules that can be used to create your very own customizable fighter, and even collect the 7 Dragon Balls and summon the Eternal Dragon to grant a wish. Now, the one thing that I haven't mentioned yet is that this game is a port of its PlayStation 2 counterpart, and the only noticeable difference is graphical, as the character models have been subjected to a small degree of cel shading, which helps them look a little less bland than their PS2 cousins. Everything else, however, is more or less the same as it was the first time around. The sound is crystal clear, with the cast of DBZ's English dub putting their vocal stylings to good use against a soundtrack that holds an interesting mixture of rock and techno, while the stages vary from the generic mountainous battlefield to more familiar locales such as the World Tournament Arena and Kami's Lookout.
Not bad!
There aren't many downsides that I can think of, but I will say that a lot of the time, the voice actors sound like they don't much care and just want to cash some checks.
What? How did you? Look at that! I got your tail! Piccolo, do it!
Please, spin Kakarot. You don't want to hurt your own brother, do you?
No, that's enough! I'm nothing like you, Raditz. You're not my brother!
Please, let me go. Do I promise you I'll leave this planet right now? No, you can't listen to him, Goku! He's only telling lies!
Another thing that bugs me about this game and its 2 sequels is that the characters play virtually identically to each other.
Burning attack!
Get this! Big Bang attack!
Another pet peeve of mine that really ground my gears when the game first came out was that the PAL version featured only the original Japanese voice cast. Speaking as one of many in Australia who was raised on English, I would have very much preferred voices that I could understand as opposed to frequent jabbering that at the time made my ears bleed. Other than those gripes, this is a must-own for DBZ fans. It's fast-paced, fun, has tons of replayability, and let's face it, who doesn't love kicking people's asses?